guys, I am having, well, okay, not, not necessarily, why is there reverb? Sorry. Oh, because I was sorry, I was like testing stuff earlier because I was like, just, sorry. Give me 1 second. It's OBS, so I explained this. I will go over it more in a second. Hold on. Just the fucking worst. One more thing. I wasn't really sure. I'm realizing there's so many more things that I had to fix than I had initially thought, because it's been so long since I've had to do any of this stuff and like set things back up. I know I lost my other room background thing. So okay, and let me adjust the BGM volume because now I'm realizing it's too loud. Sorry, I apologize. I also don't have like the noise. Oh, my throat just made a scary noise too. I need to get noise suppression on so you don't hear as much. There we go. Background noise when I'm clicking around and stuff and I'm fidgeting. I'm sorry. I have this is like the last. There was just a lot of stuff leading up to like my birthday and stuff, and just other things with like projects that I'm planning with some other people, which is I wouldn't normally have this many meetings and stuff. It was kind of just like a tough week, especially leading up to like, you know, VTuber birthday stuff, because I'm still trying to like plan stuff. I do think I will be doing some, not that anybody asked, sorry, not to just come in and immediately start yapping. Not to like birthday on Saturday. Yes. I have talked with my friends. I'm still, and I feel bad for them because it's on me, to fucking do gaming things, having fun and playing stuff, maybe, perhaps, on Saturday. I haven't decided what time I'll start. I was actually thinking a bit earlier, like 5 or something. So I could fit in. Sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone stand. I could fit things in with my friends because I don't want to like keep people up too late, but then I also didn't want them to like change their schedules and stuff to like just so that like they could do stuff with me. So yeah. We'll see. I think because of it, it probably will just be Slopbox as VTubers usually do for collabs and such. There's like a new one actually. I saw people playing and I thought that one might be kind of fun, but never mind. This shit is fucking $40. Never mind. Okay. Well, there was like one in it where there's like just one. Nothing else interested me, but there's like one where you make silly noises, and I thought that would be silly. Actually, maybe I'll see if any of the other girls have it, because I can just force them to be the... Okay. Well, regardless, that's probably some of the stuff we're going to be doing. It depends, too, on how big the lobbies are for some of the games. I have a couple of older ones. So I think it might be like AAA Club might be doing Jackbox and stuff, and then I think I might do something else with like the family, and also I want Artisol to come too, so I'll invite her. I don't know. I really have fun playing Repo with all of them, and I haven't had a chance to play it with Aru yet, so I don't know. We'll see. I couldn't really think. I was trying to think of like fun little like stuff we could do together and like stuff that you guys could be involved in, but then it's just like I like I don't know. It's hard too because it's like I want to make sure that like if I ever do stuff with you guys that it's like, oh, well, it's not something that you guys have to like pay for, you know? Like I would really hate to be like, "Hey guys, join in on this game. You have to pay $40." Cuz even with like something like Among Us, which like I know fell off and nobody fucking plays, if we did like Among Us or something that it's like cuz I think on PC it's paid, right? Yeah, it's like $5. And that's still like, I don't know. $5 is a lot for me. $5 is a lot for me. So I don't know. Yeah, all of my oil barons. The Tomomi, the alleged Tomomi inner circle Discord. Yeah, where I play with my oil barons all the time. Cause I have oil barons. For sure. Just I'm making crazy bank. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just kind of indecisive because the thing is too is like I understand that I have obligations and stuff, but I feel bad having a birthday be like a big event because I to be completely honest, I've never really been somebody that like as a kid, yes, obviously, but I think, you know, once I hit my teens, I like legitimately just stopped caring because it's like, I don't know, it's literally just any other day except maybe I get pizza and cake. But I've also never really liked getting presents. Which, like, okay, it's tough because it's like when people, for example, like when you guys like donate and stuff, it's like I really love and appreciate that, but then also I'm like, I feel like you've just wasted your money, like you shouldn't have done that on me kind of thing. And that's the same way I feel about gifts. It's like I really appreciate gifts and like, yeah, they definitely make me feel like, oh, wow, like I'm so grateful, like you were thinking of me and stuff. But then it's also like, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know, I just don't really care about my birthday because I would rather just like not go through with feeling that way. It's the same thing with like Christmas and stuff too. I'm just like, stop. Like I like getting things for people when I have the money to, like buying things for like my parents and my friends and my siblings and stuff. And then it's like, I don't know. I'm also, yeah, getting gifts is kind of stressful too. And this is where I'm going to probably sound like a really evil, ungrateful bitch because I am super grateful of the stuff I get. But also like for me, and I think this is part of my diagnoses that I may or may not have. And I'm really bad at hiding how I feel on my face. And I try so hard to not let any of that stuff come through. But the thing is too, it's like because I have, you know what I mean? It's like if somebody gives me something, and even if I'm like, wow, that was very kind of you, but it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Like I have no use for this. I'll be thinking about that. Like it makes me sound really awful, but apparently it is part of the diagnosis. It's like I don't know, just in general too. Like I already have in real life, you may or may not believe this, but it's like I have like resting bitch face really bad. Like I always look like really fucking miserable like all the time. But then when I'm talking to people, I have to like make a conscious effort to like be like to like emote and stuff and like make facial expressions, and I feel like I kind of look like a fucking alien sometimes, to be honest. And like thinking I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. Sorry, I didn't mean to just come in and start like blah, 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 blah. But it's like I gotta like really think about it. So I think too, like, because I have to think about it that way, if it's like something just in general, something happens or I'm talking to somebody I don't like, but I'm still sounding really nice and polite, and then it's like, but I don't know, it's bad. I think I'm getting better at it as I get older, but it's like, I don't know. Well, it's different on stream because it's like, I don't know, I'm also a little VTubing guy. I think too, I also have to like put in a lot of effort to like not be the way not that my personality necessarily is different, but the way I talk is, because during the day it gets to a point where it's like literally like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like I have to put in a lot of effort to be like upbeat and whatever, unless I'm like in a yapping mood, and then it's like kind of whatever. But otherwise it's like it takes a lot of effort for me to sound exciting and have like a different cadence and stuff to my voice and the way I speak, because I'm literally not joking. I am not joking. Off stream, a lot of the time, I'm literally just like this. Like there's nothing. It's like kind of monotone and like lower, and I don't want to say like kind of miserable, but it's like I have to put in like a lot of effort. Like this really legitimately isn't me like putting it on. This is just genuinely like, I think I probably sound like I'm a bitch normally, because it's just like I feel like very flat and boring, I guess. But then it's like, okay, well, I'm on stream, and like, especially when I'm like talking to my friends and stuff too, I'm like, okay, like I need to be Genki, I need to be fun and exciting and stuff, and I need to, you know, there needs to be like personality, you know what I mean? And obviously like not all the time. I think too, it gets worse like if I've been out like at school all day or something, or like after stream too, I'll get like that mostly. I think it's just like I reach a point of like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I don't know if anybody else understands this. I've talked to like other diagnosed women that experience the same thing, so I don't know if it's just like I don't know. But then I was gonna say too, it's like I feel like I put in effort to be like happy and try to be funny and entertaining and stuff, and then like half the time it's like I'm just like bawling my eyes out, so I don't know. Yeah. Ooh, sorry, hold on. I have to figure out how to do Discord hammer time. I have to answer a question for something very exciting that is happening on Saturday. I wonder what it is. Hammer time? How do I do that? Oh, okay. There's just a website that will generate it for me. The 15th. What if, okay, how about like, what do you guys feel about like 5 p.m. Eastern? Is that too early? Is that too early, or is that like a good, or should I do like 6 or something? What do you guys think? Because you guys are the one that are going to be watching on. I don't really have anything else going on, but it gives me time to mentally prepare. And also, I feel like actually, let me check the messages. I don't think I ever gave AAA Club like a time. That is some stuff that is going to be discussed today, because we do have a little, we are going to hang out a little bit, I think, possibly. Because I know that it's like, there's some other stuff, like I need to talk to them about it, and then I also have some meetings about, like a meeting about like something else, like unrelated. And like way later tonight I'm going to be talking to them, so I don't know, I'll probably try to get back to you guys on that. I know for the stuff with Zelly and Daya and Violet, I think that's going to be at like 9 p.m. But then I don't want it to be like 4 hours straight of me doing stuff with my friends. So if I started it like, and I'm not doing Totsus or anything or call-ins because I just don't like those for me personally. I also don't really like doing them because I feel really awkward, especially when it's like, not that to be fair, I've only been invited to like 2 and it was actually fine. But when I see like other people do Totsus and stuff, I'm just like, that would stress me out, especially if it's like, cause I know some girls will just like invite a bunch of people, even if they don't know them very well. And that's like totally fine. I'm just like, I could never, because I'm very scared and anxious and shy. believe it or not, you guys probably haven't been able to tell, especially when I do big group collabs, definitely. But I'm actually very shy. Yeah, and it's like, okay, you have like 2 minutes. And also with stuff like that, again, with birthday streams, like I would rather just do stuff with like my close friends, because like, I don't know, I have been part of too many different birthday stream servers and stuff. Regardless of whether or not I could participate, because I still, every time I'm invited, I'll like join and I'll wait and see what the timestamps and stuff are for like the gaming and stuff, and then if I can join, that's awesome, and if I can't, sorry, I'm very sorry. But I've seen it too many times where it's like, for birthdays and anniversaries and stuff, it's like, oh, all of these 5 girls said that they would join and play this game with me, and then it's like, hey guys, we'll be playing it in an hour like you agreed to. Hey, I'll see you then. And then I don't know, a lot of people just don't show up for stuff like that. So I don't know, at least I know with my friends, it's like, if they don't respond, I kind of know what they're like up to. So it's not as like, okay, you just said you were gonna join and then kind of forgot about me. It's like, okay, well, like, oh, well, ROWA is busy because she has a job, or like MIVI's in school doing something, or like, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. Versus, I don't know, again, and I'm also very shy. Oh yeah, on New Year's. You should do something like that again. I would like to start doing more VR stuff, but I'm still a bit hesitant to, I don't know, because I do have fun doing it. And I think it gives like a better it gives a better backdrop too than like, I don't know, and maybe you disagree, but I feel like it's like you know, me sitting here and being like, oh, hey guys, and it's like a, you know, just like a static background, and there's like my model, and it's like kind of whatever. So, oh yeah, I have to send this hammer time, I forgot about it. Okay. For special things! For special awesome things! But yeah, and I'll probably be able to, actually, now that I think about it, as long as I don't take my meds, because they make me sweaty sometimes, and I can't even, I thought at first it was like, oh, maybe it's like when they start to wear off, because one time it was when it started to wear off, and then, like, yesterday when I was at school, it was like fucking freezing outside, but I didn't have like a jacket and stuff, but I was fine because like 30 minutes after I took my meds, I was like sweating and it was like really hot. So I was like, oh, this is kind of awesome. Like, it feels like a really nice, like, mild temperature out here because I'm fucking dying. And then it like goes away. But then also it's like right now, like I took my meds like 9 hours ago. Well, probably like 8 hours ago. And they're not really wearing off yet, which is kind of strange because usually by now I would have crashed. Like, I would be in my crashing zone, but for some reason that's not happening. I don't know. It's amazing the way that Vyvanse works, but I'm fucking sweaty as hell. I was totally fine until the last like hour, and then I've just been like so I don't know. It's very interesting. Very interesting. It is annoying. I feel like this will be really, if this side effect doesn't go away, it would fucking suck in the summer. Cause like when I started, actually I think it was like May that I started taking them, but I started at like a really, really super low dose that didn't do anything. So they finally like, they upped them a couple months ago, I think. I think it was a couple months ago now. And I still didn't really do much. Like it did like the first like day or two and then it stopped. But now it's been like about a week that I've been on like a way higher dose, and like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that. There was a reason I brought that up and I don't remember. But, oh, yeah, so I started in like mid-May, I think, like near the end of May. And because I wasn't getting like sweaty from them, it was like fine. So I'm kind of like, I hope that this goes away, because like right now it's fine because it's like the winter and stuff almost, like it's cold and stuff outside. So, and it's like, oh, I'm warm, like that's fine. it just kind of sucks when I'm like in class, because like no matter what time of the year it is, like the classrooms are always like hot as fuck. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like in the summertime, the AC is always broken. In the winter, it's not really that bad in the winter because it's like cold outside and you come in and you're like, ah. But it's hell on earth for me when I'm sitting in my already hot, warm classroom and then I'm like, I wouldn't really say actually it makes me sweaty necessarily. It's just like my body temperature is like, I don't know. It kind of feels like I have like a really bad like fever. Yeah, we get snow. There's been snow. It like yesterday when I went into class there was a bunch of snow, but then when I was coming home it had like mostly melted. But we usually get a lot. But in recent years we usually don't get like snow or like really bad snow until like late December or like sometime in like January. But there was like, I remember like a couple years, okay, it was probably almost like fucking like 10 years ago at this point, so not really a couple years, but we had like a snowstorm and it was like April or May or something. Crazy. I would like to move somewhere where it is mild all year, like on the West Coast or something. Granted, like, I don't want to move to, like, British Columbia or anything. Especially not, like, Vancouver. Well, maybe the other places are nice, but I don't really want to move to BC. But, like, I also kind of do because it's kind of just mild there year-round. But, I don't know. Like, it will get cold, but it's not, like, I don't know. I feel like over on, like, the East Coast, it's just, like, I don't know. I was actually talking about this with one of my friends because, I was, like, thinking about the possibility of, like, moving for, like, school or something and, like, looking at different, like, colleges and universities and stuff, around, like, the continent and stuff, because I was like, like, that would be, I don't know, a lot of student loans, but it would be nice. And I was, like, discussing it with one of my friends, and there was, like, some, and they were like, oh, you should go, like, here, like, whatever. And then we were, like, complaining about how shitty the East Coast is. Because it is. It's, like, cold and gray all the time over here. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, gah. It's just gross. And I don't want to, I want to live somewhere where it's, like, nice and pretty and also doesn't get cold. And then also, I don't know, actually. I'm just saying shit. I'm sorry. I'm just saying shit. But yeah, I don't know. Yesterday I know too, I wanted to, I was like, I didn't really know. I know that like we had like a game scheduled. I don't remember if it was supposed to be It Has My Face or the Yumi Nikki stuff, but then I was like, no, I think what I should do is like a warm-up karaoke stream for like tomorrow. Because as you guys are probably aware, I was invited to Strani's karaoke relay. Yay! And I'm really scared. I wanted to say I'm really excited, but I'm not. I'm fucking scared as hell. And I wanted yesterday to do like a practice stream, but I know like I originally had it scheduled for like 8 or 9, but then like there's just stuff happening like last minute and I was like, fuck, okay, whatever. But then it was like, okay, I'm gonna move this to I'll move this to like 11 then. We'll do a karaoke stream at like 11, because then it's like I can get everything out of the way. The crash for my meds will have already worn off and it's fine. And then I fucking realized, and she had her scheduled before mine, so this was entirely my fault. But then I saw that Zelly was also coincidentally doing a karaoke stream at 11 p.m. and I was like, well, shit. Because again, that was totally on me, because I don't, we used to, I remember when there used to actually be more than like 3 people. We had like a big Google Calendar thing that like we were supposed to put stream times in. Some of the other girls were very demanding about that, which I totally get. because it's just like, oh, for rating and making sure we're not scheduling the same streams or we're not doing anything too similar on the same day. Because some people are very protective over, how dare you play these games that I like to play, which, not just here, just in general, I see that shit on, like, Twitter, too. It's like, X VTuber is totally copying me, my whole brand, and it's like, first of all, when I check your Twitch, it says last streamed 2 years ago. Second of all, you don't own FPS games? It's like, there's also some, like, I see it from fans, where it's like, oh, X tuber and Y tuber both really like playing fucking Mario Kart. Looks like Y VTuber is copying X VTuber, and it's like, have you considered that one, no VTuber owns a specific type of video games or like a video game, and two, who cares? You can't own the concept of playing like racing games or retro games or FPSs or Souls-likes. It's like that, I don't know, like you don't own that. And I don't know, there's like, I see a lot of, again, it mostly comes from fans, to be honest. I think a lot of VTubers keep those thoughts to themselves if they like whatever, but it just always confused me. It would be like really different if it was like, if tomorrow a tiger lolly thing that looks like and sounds like a little boy, okay, a tiger lolly that actually looks and sounds like a Shota VTuber debuted and then was like, I really fucking love Doom. Doom is my favorite game ever. It's like all of those things on their own, it's like, okay, well, 2 VTubers are allowed to like the same video games, and there's also actually before I go any further with that thought, I think the thing is too is that it's like there's very specific types of people that choose to become VTubers. There are definitely, but I think it's also really obvious when it's like a I don't like saying it this way, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. When it's like a normie girl that became a VTuber that like probably got into anime over COVID or whatever, didn't really play video games or whatever before, but like they're still amazing and entertaining. That's not to be like, I'm just trying to explain. I feel like there's like 3 maybe very different types of VTubers. So there's them, and I know like they, you know, like learn, they become VTubers, they get more involved in it or whatever, but you kind of know when it's like, okay, so like you're not as much of a loser as this VTuber is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because then it's like you have a lot of, there's like a subset of VTubers where it's like, okay, and I put myself into this where it's like, okay, I kind of grew up with unrestricted internet access, I'm autistic, I don't really have many friends outside of VTubing, I like all of this like old stuff, like all of these like older classic animes or whatever. And I'm not saying neither of these are like better than the other. I'm just like, there's like just you fit into a certain like category, and then it's like there's like that. I'm not talking about the ones that are like, I'm like such a like neat schizophrenic like girl failure, guys. Haha. Like, what? Like, I'm just like, oh, girl failure. Like, I'm just like a stinky femcel. I'm not talking about them. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other can of worms. But it's like normie-ish, but kind of geeky girls. Then there's like loser girls. And then there's like, I think, older women. Women above the age of like 30, 35 that are kind of normal, grew up on anime and geeky stuff, but they're like grown adult women, you know? They're like normal, but they know ball. You know what I mean? They're like not autistic, but they're into a lot of really Kino shit. They like a lot of really cool video games. They fucking know ball, but they're like chill. You know what I mean? It's like okay, yeah. Hags, losers, normies. Those are the 3 types of VTubers. So it's obviously like in each of those categories a lot of overlap of like, okay, well if you fit in as like a loser girl, you probably like a lot of these animes and a lot of these video games or whatever, and you kind of like this stuff. Okay, well, if you're like one of like the hag women VTubers, generally, again, there's my point is that it's like you can't really truly be unique just in general, and especially in a sphere where you get very specific types of people that want to be part of that sphere. Do you know what I mean? It's like I think obviously, like, when it comes down to like, okay, well, you copied my design, that's like one thing, but when I think like I don't know. It's like really weird. It's just really weird how protective people are. Not even just VTubers, but again, like VTuber fans, where it's like your Oshi is copying my Oshi because they both streamed the same game within a month of each other, and it's like, huh? There might be like very fringe cases where it's like that could be the case, but it wouldn't just be because of one video game. Like there would be like a pattern of behavior or whatever. But then also like at the end of the day, again, like who cares? I wouldn't care. Honestly, if there was a VTuber that popped up and for whatever reason was like copying like me, not that there's really much to copy because it's like, I don't know, I don't stream. I barely play video games anymore because I don't find them to be fun. I don't have anything about me that's like very standout or like unique or whatever, right? It's just like, I'm just kind of like, sorry, I'm fixing my chat box. But assuming, let's pretend for a second that I had something about me that was like, you know, whatever. I don't know. I think I might be like kind of weirded out at first, but then I'd be like, what the hell? Like somebody liked me enough to want to like be me? Like what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. And I'm not saying like imitation is the sincerest form of flattery kind of way, because I think that's kind of, I don't know. I don't think that necessarily applies here. I think when it's like, well, maybe I guess it does. I don't know. There's like 1 billion people in the world. Well, there's definitely more than 1 billion people, but there's like a shit ton of people in the world, right? There's like fucking a bajillion, okay? And there's also like 1 billion VTubers at this point. There's like nothing, I would also like to clarify, nothing happened today specifically or anything or recently that like made me think of this. It's just, I kind of got talking and it reminded me of like just shit I've seen. Because for some reason recently, I thought I was free from... And, like, the side of Twitter where it's, like, VTubers that just complain about, like, nobody likes to watch me, and, like, every day or, like, every week, they very mysteriously get, like, a random, like, hate DM on Twitter about something really stupid, and, like, the DM will be like, yeah, you know what? You're copying Shy Lily. Nobody wants to watch you because you're a loser. And, like, that kind of stuff happens to those people, like, all the time. And it's like, okay, we know you sent yourself that. Like, we know you sent yourself that. And I've been getting a lot more stuff of that recently, like that side of VTubing Twitter, and I'm constantly like, ignore, mute, ignore, because it's just like, there's so much of it, and it's like, oh, yeah, you look like Shy Lily. Oh, you're boring and nobody likes you. Stop streaming forever. You should just kill yourself just cause, like, just like a random, like, whatever. And then it'll be like a week later, they'll be like, yeah, somebody just DM'd me telling me, they think I'm really bad at singing. And people fall for it every time. These tweets will have like 1.2k interactions, and I'm like, how do you guys fall for this? Or it'll be like an artist, like a new artist, like a fresh account. They don't really whatever. They'll be like, nobody wants to commission me on VGen. What's wrong with my art? Are my prices too high? And it's like, it'll be like a full illustrated, colored, like piece with like a background and everything for like $5, or it'll be like full model and rig for like $200, which is crazy. And it's like, I don't know, it's like interaction bait. There's like a lot of that. There's like so much of that, and I think that's always kind of been a thing, like being involved in like watching like, VTubers. Well, it's really just, like, a Western VTuber thing. But, like, being around and seeing this for, like, a long time, it's, like, it's kind of always been a thing. I don't know. I just feel like I'm just seeing more of it lately. I guess I shouldn't say it's getting worse. I'm just seeing more of it lately. And I didn't realize how much I missed not seeing that stuff on my timeline. Because I remember joining VNU and I remember talking to artists all about it and being like, this is so fucking awesome. Like, I don't see any of that shit on my timeline. I just see, like, people I follow being cute on Twitter. But that's not the case anymore. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. None of this has any relevance to literally anything whatsoever that has happened over the last, like, month even of my life. I just kind of got thinking about it, and it's like, damn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm also procrastinating. Not procrastinating, but my intention was to do karaoke stuff, but then I started thinking about it just now, and I almost started gagging. Because I'm kind of anxious. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do tomorrow for the relay. Probably thug it out, I guess. I'll thug it out, probably. Sorry. I really didn't mean to just yap at you guys for, like, however long. Like, without stopping. I know you guys have been saying things in chat, and I've been reading your messages. But it's like, I'm keeping, like, and another thing. And another thing. And one more thing. So I swear I've been reading your comments and I've been taking them in. I'm just like, wait, hold on, one more, hold on. And another thing, and another thing, and another thing. Sorry. Sorry. This is usually what it's like when I'm on my meds. They've lost their potency. It's been enough time that I've been on them today, but I feel like usually, because I have to take them for school, right, that by the time it comes time to me to stream, it's like I usually don't have any, like, energy left, you know? This, like, kind of, it's, again, usually in, like, the crash where I'm like, oh my god, I'm more fucking exhausted than I have ever been in my life. My accent? Oh my god, actually, I was showing... In one of the meetings we had this week, I was showing AAA Club. I think it was like right after the meeting. We usually just sit and we'll still talk for a little bit. And I think it was like, I don't remember who was all there. I want to say it was just ROWA and MIVI, but I don't remember if Serenity was there too still. I know ROWA and MIVI were there for sure. ROWA was talking about, we well, actually, just in general, we were all talking about, like, meeting up again because we miss each other or whatever, and I was, like, Ro and I were talking about her maybe coming up to Canada or something at some point, and, like, whatever, and then she asked me if, like, so there's, I've known about this, I didn't understand why he was blowing up on VTuber Twitter, but I had sent them, like, a couple months ago to, like, Artisol. There's this one guy that was doing, like, Japanese with, like, a Toronto man accent. And, like, that was funny to us because it's like, oh, yeah, like, that's kind of how it is in Toronto and stuff. And, like, the GTA with, like, the waist ute. And randomly, like, apparently it was, like, a HoloLive thing that, like, made him, like, explode on VTuber Twitter, which kind of makes sense. But then she was like, do they really sound like that? And I had to show them, well, I had to screen share because I tried showing them the SpongeBob Toronto Mans from like 5 years ago, but it was region locked, so I had to like stream my screen and stuff. And it is true. Obviously, like, there is like a bit of an exaggeration, but Konnichiwa Guanmina slimes, like, dude, that's so good. Like, I don't know. It really is a shame. Sorry, that just accents reminded me of it. Not that I talk or sound like one of those, but I was just thinking, like, damn. Could you imagine if I did? I actually hadn't really run into anybody that had sounded like that until, like, I started going to, like, college. And I remember, like, I had heard of the elusive Toronto man accent, and I was like, there's no way that's real. And in fact, it was. It was in fact real. I had like 3 different guys in my classes that talked like that, and I was like, why? Like, There's how? Because nobody else in Toronto sounds like that. It's just like, I don't know, younger people. But then I think, okay, maybe some of it's put on a little bit. Like, it's a bit of an exaggeration. But then it's like, I don't know. It was crazy. Like, it fucking insane when it's like, so can anyone tell me why X, Y, and Z? And then having somebody be like, in a group discussion or whatever, be like, yo, tutu's my word? Blah, 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 answer to the question. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's just, gah. The waste you. The thing is that it's like in some, like when I think of like actually, yeah, like the business is true one. You left your moms in the hood, like you don't leave your moms nowhere. That is like a more accurate one. The thing is that a lot of these people, it's like, okay, and I don't know how to say this without making it sound weird, but it's like, okay, you come from a wealthy family and you live in the suburbs. Your parents don't talk like that. Your grandparents don't talk like that. Nobody in your family talks like that. It's like the Toronto kids like get together and they just decide that that's what they want to. I don't fucking get it. I think it's put on at first and then it becomes real. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. There was like one too. I think it was what? Hold on. I remember seeing another one too. It was hold on. There was like another one where it was like, oh yeah, with Channel 5. This is a good, hold on. I have to send the link to the, tell me you hold on. You promised me you would sing Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. Look, I'm sorry, you can't trust women. I was actually really, to be fair, about my set list, like, I was actually really, like, I will learn the song for you, and I will do it on a karaoke stream, but I was, like, scrambling and scared as hell for that relay. I had to pick songs that I had done, like, a million times before, so obviously, okay, it's gonna be stuff that you guys have already heard me do, like, a billion times. Here's the Toronto Man's one. It's, I think, did I link the right one? Yeah. But also thank you. And this I think is more like accurate to like what the average person sounds like. Because there is also like this whole thing where it's like a lot of Southern Ontario, I feel like there's less of an accent here. I think it's just the way that we say certain words. And I think it also depends like big city versus smaller city. Cause in more like rural towns, like for sure, like the accent is way heavier. Like, I don't know if Americans even know what the fuck is going on with like Letterkenny or whatever, or like even I'm guessing too, you guys, if you've watched like Trailer Park Boys, you're probably like some of them. You'd probably be like, okay, yeah, these guys for sure have like some of them for sure have like an accent, I guess, maybe, but it's like I don't know. It really is a fucking gross accent. Like, I wish I could have something, like, nicer. Because it is, like, a weird, like, half. It's like, at this point, I would rather sound, like, ridiculously Canadian than sound, like, kind of normal and then just say certain words, like, weird. You know? Like, I've tried to very actively... Sorry, I thought I heard like a weird ass noise outside my door, but it might have just been one of my animals. Just like I feel like certain words, like you guys, not you guys, but like my friends will make fun of me sometimes, like when I say certain things, like when I say sorry or like about or like house and stuff, because it's like it'll be kind of normal, and then I feel like out of nowhere it's just like then it's like, oh yeah, you're Canadian. I was never really aware of it before until I started becoming friends with Americans, and then I have girls fucking like making fun of me all the time because they're like, about. And now I can pick out other like Ontario not just VTubers, but like content creators. Like if I have a video essay on in the background, and it'll be some guy, and he's like, and that's why, next thing we're gonna teach you about is what. I'm like, and then I immediately go and I'm like, I'll like tab back in and I click and I'm like, okay, location Canada, like bitch, I know. But it's like, I don't know, I think it is like well, maybe not even just necessarily Southern Ontario. This is probably a thing for like any of like the areas close to the border, except for maybe like, I need to look at a map of America. Hold on. I need to look at a map of America because I don't know what America looks like. Okay, except for like, yeah, like around states like North Dakota and like Minnesota and stuff, because I feel like they kind of just sound like weird Canadians sometimes when they talk. And also, from what I have seen, and I don't know if this is true because I've never fucking been, but from what I have seen, Minnesota looks like they're trying to like copy some of Canada's shit. Like, I've seen like posts and stuff where it's like talking about like things, or like it'll be like a shirt that says like Minnesota on it, and it'll say some shit like True North, and it's like, hold on, nuh-uh, hold on, that's not yours. You can't be like, yeah, like we out, oh, True North, yeah, moose and stuff. You're fucking American. Hold the fuck on. Hold on. That is not yours. That is not yours. Put that back. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go someday and I'll just beef with the Minnesotans over who's, well, actually, I don't know. They probably wouldn't even know. I'd probably just like show up and they'd be like, yep, she sounds like one of us, probably. And I'm like, their bird is the loon, copying the loony, the loony. The loony. Nah, it's okay. You guys are probably like a chill state. I feel like I feel like the it's probably like, is North Dakota as Fargo teaches? I don't know. I haven't been, but if it is, then it probably does just feel like weird Canada. No, it's different. It's different. It's different. Canada, we don't have a whole lot going for us, okay? What have we done to stand out? Especially being like right next to like fucking connected to like America or something. Like, what do we have going for us if not like the being the True North and like moose and not, I wouldn't even really say poutine because that's more of like a Quebec thing, but like everybody in Canada likes it usually, but it's like that's like their thing, and they're like, oh, speaking of, I'm gonna just complain about Quebec for a second actually. So okay, I'm just, again, because most of you are American, I think my analytics say like it's like 85% of you are from America, so I'm just gonna use America as an example here. Imagine you are a teenager fresh out of high school in like I don't know, Montana or something, okay? And you're like, I'm gonna apply to different universities and stuff. I think I'm gonna apply to this one in Texas. I'm gonna apply. I want to go to school in Texas. I'm gonna apply to school in Texas. Okay? You are not charged international fees because you are an American citizen going to school in a different state that is still America. This might actually, I don't know if this is not the actually like that. But just stay with me. It could vary from school to school, but stay with me, okay? You are an American citizen going to school somewhere else in America, okay? So you're not an international student, okay? Again, certain states and territories, that might be like a different, doesn't matter. Now imagine instead, you are Tomomi Toraya's little sister. And you're like, I've just moved to Quebec. I've just moved to Montreal. Like, this is gonna be so awesome. Which isn't doxing because that's a massive ass fucking city, okay? I just moved to Montreal, you know, I wanna pursue a music career here, and I'm gonna go back to school and stuff, and I'm gonna do all this stuff on my own because my little sister has more aura and her shit together more than I do, despite being like a billion times her age and being chopped and fat and unemployed and like a 3-time dropout at this point, and doesn't matter, okay? But you're like, yes, I'm gonna go to school. Oh, so I live here now, but I'm from Ontario, okay? I'm gonna apply to school. Now, imagine my surprise when tuition, and this is in Canadian dollars, so like, I don't know, I'm not gonna bother doing whatever. But okay, tuition usually, I think across most colleges, obviously this depends on the program, but I would say the average probably is like 1.5 to 2K-ish per semester. And imagine looking at these programs at this school, and it's like, okay, this is the program I want to do, and this is at a university, so it's a bit more expensive, but it's like, okay, this is $3,000. That's, okay, yeah, sure, yeah. Imagine then, actually, because you're not Quebecois, having to pay an extra $10,000 on top of that. Imagine being charged international student fees because you're not Quebecois. I don't think any other province in this fucking country does that. I don't think they do. Actually, maybe before I start getting mad at this, let me just pull up like a random university in like British Columbia or something and like... I might have lied. I might be ranting about this for no reason, and maybe it's just admissions. Okay, prospective students. Let's see. At the U of BC. Oh, plan your university finances. Where can I see? Can I just... Oh, maybe I'll just do a program and be like tuition and fees. UBC tuition fees. Yes. Yes. Oh, notice. I'm noticing here. Domestic versus international. There's only two. It's either you are a domestic student, you are a Canadian citizen, or you've been living in whatever, versus you are an international student, which is normal. Every school has like domestic versus international fees, but the Quebecois are like, fuck you, how dare you, how dare you, a fucking English piece of shit, English in the sense that they're not Quebecois or whatever, an English piece of shit come to my fucking province, come to my fucking school, want to contribute to our local economy, learn French, live here. How fucking dare you? I don't get it. It's like we need Canada to take us seriously. We want to be more included and, you know, whatever. But then also we want to be like our own thing. But it's like, so why would you try to drive students away? Why are you charging international student fees for domestic students? Oh my god, I don't get it at all. Oh my god, I don't get it at all. I remember like, because my sister hadn't like really looked into it, but like had just been talking about that that's what she was doing. And I remember my mom, before I went to school one day, was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like that's the case. Like I'm pretty sure they charge extra for non-Quebecois like students, like Canadian students. And I was like, huh, that's stupid. And like on my break, I like looked it up when I was in class, and I was like, are you serious right now? Like, are you serious right now? Crazy. Evil ass fucking province. Evil ass province. Nothing against, because most of the people that live there are obviously normal. It's just, there's like, the like really French ones, like up in like, anywhere outside of like the big cities. I don't know, man. They'll like skin you. This is obviously a gross exaggeration, but they'll like skin you alive if you don't speak French. Which, like, I don't know. I just think it's really fucking crazy that they would charge that much extra for domestic students just because they're not Quebecois. I don't even think, like, even if she... Because looking at, like, student loan stuff, it's like, for provinces and stuff, it's like, okay, well, you have to have like been living here for however many months before you can qualify for our student loans. So she would definitely, like, by the time she goes back, she would qualify for their student loans. But it's like, why are you still, if she's been living here for however long, like, I don't know if that would change things if she's technically like a resident or whatever, but like, I don't know, that's still fucking crazy. Imagine being like, I want to go to school in Georgia, question mark, and then it's like, okay, but your tuition's gonna be an extra $10,000 per semester because you're not from here, even though you're a citizen, or you're an American citizen. It's like, what? I don't know. And you know what? I don't actually know if this is a thing for different schools, but it was definitely a thing for the few that I looked at. So it might vary from campus to campus, but crazy fucking work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Okay, so then yeah. But that doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like, I was just assuming that it was like the rest of the Canadian provinces. The rest of the Canadian provinces, where it's like there isn't a difference. If you are a Canadian citizen, if you are a domestic student, you get charged the same. Like, if I wanted to go to school in Alberta right now as somebody who lives in Ontario, I would be paid the same, or I would have to pay the same as a student in tuition that was born and raised and living in Alberta. A $10,000 difference is, quite frankly, batshit insane. If it was just like maybe an extra, like, you know, an extra like 1,000 or 2, that would be like one thing, but I feel like $10,000 is like fucking absurd. And I didn't look at all the programs. I just picked one that I know that like was something that she was interested in when I was looking at these schools, so I don't know. And also, sorry, I just wanted to get my thoughts out before I forgot them. I apologize, but thank you, Aqua, thank you for 12 months. Thank you for 12 months. In Nunavut, I'm pretty sure they try to like, and I think like the Yukon too, but I could be wrong. They like desperately like want people like up there to like do things and like, you know, help with like the economy and like work and have businesses up there. They'll pay you money to do that, but I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it. I quite enjoy living in a province where everything is ridiculously expensive, probably the most expensive in the country. Although I'd say I'm going just based off of the very little I know. It's probably tied with BC. I would assume BC and Ontario are probably the most fucking expensive provinces in Canada, and you know, being close and within like so many like giant cities, so I have so much stuff around me. But Stanford University tuition fees. But isn't that one of like those like schools that's like one of like the top ones like in like the world kind of thing? I could be wrong. But I feel like it's like with that and like Harvard and stuff, it's like kind of all in the name. You know what I mean? The name recognition. I don't know, let me see. And aren't these are also like really hard to get into too, right? Cause they're like, I'm just very like, yeah. Let's see. Where's the undergrad? It's like loading really slow. I don't like this website. Maybe I do. Hold on. Let's see. Tuition. Oh, tuition and fees. Here we go. Okay. Is this for like a domestic student? Like this isn't even like it doesn't even say international. Almost $23,000 for like a domestic student? Or is that like huh? Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, universities here, it's like, maybe like, for like a good university, tuition would be like $5,000 maybe, or like, I would assume if it was like med school or something, it would be way more than that, but, God. Jesus Christ. That is like, fucking crazy. Cause like for me right now, for my program, it's like $2,000 each semester. And I do get student loans for that, but it's like 90% grants because I don't have a job. So they give it to me in grants. I still have some like loans and stuff left over from when I was like in school before, because obviously like when you drop out and stuff, or if you flunk out too, but if you drop out, like the grants get converted into loans. Because you're given the grants under the expectation that you're going to go and finish school. But I didn't actually get as many grants back in because I was still technically like a dependent or whatever. But I think like once you're like 20 or 21, you apply as like and I hate saying this, but you're like a mature student or whatever. So all of that stuff is like way... Guys, I'm kind of already changing my mind about going to school in America. Ugh. I know I'm not mature. I really, like, genuinely, I'm not even joking. I feel like I reached, like, 16 years old. And I don't feel like I emotionally or, like, mentally progressed past that age. I wouldn't even say that. I feel like maybe emotionally I'm more like 12 years old. Like, I think I can't really go into much detail because there's some stuff on my personal life that's like a bit too not that I'm like famous, but there's like stuff with like my personal life that it would just be kind of it would be too dangerous, basically, I guess, if I revealed too much information. But I definitely, for sure, like, I kind of, like, I don't want to say, like, I grew up really fast, but I feel like I never at any point growing up really let myself be, like, a kid for a variety of different reasons. So I've talked about this to one of my IRLs who had, like, a similar thing, but that was a little different for her because she just had, like, super strict immigrant parents, so that was, like, a little... 15-minute break is over. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you for 18 months, Stormtrooper. Sorry, I apologize that actually not just to you, but to everyone in general, that this has not been a very interactive stream. I really have just been kind of like just yapping like at you guys for however long straight so far. But you've only got like 15 minutes of me left because then I have to go. I have some there's some very exciting things happening. Possibly. So just have some discussions and stuff that need to be had. Hopefully you get to see the fruits of our labor eventually. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I feel like genuinely actually I don't feel very mature. If you guys knew how old I was, I really don't think that anyone would believe me because they're like, I feel like at the oldest, and I don't know, I'm just not talking about because twirls my hair. I've been mistaken for a teenager a few times recently, so I don't go out very often. And also, like, it's when I talk to like my classmates, they also have thought that I was like way younger than I am. So not to brag about my youthful looks, but even with like some of the other girls in the company, when we've been like talking or we're like, what the fuck? Wait, what do you mean? I thought you were like 19, and I'm like, I wish. I wish. Because I don't feel any older than that for sure. It's true, the lack of sunlight and also the skincare. And every time I do go out, even if it's like I'm literally like the only time I'm outside like on a weekly basis is genuinely like the 20, well, maybe like 40 minutes total that I'm outside going, like walking to my bus stop, waiting around at my bus, getting to my bus stop on campus, like walking around. Like it's literally just all walking to and from school basically. So I guess that probably does help actually, because I don't really go outside and then I always wear like sunscreen. Well, the thing is like I kind of am, but like not really, because obviously like I'm in school. But the only times really now that I ever go out is if it's like I have to like, I'm like going out with my mom to run errands. I can't even hang out with any of my IRLs anymore because it's like one of them, like she finished school and she's like working full time when she's not in the psych ward. And then my other best friend, well actually, and like Artisol lives far away from me. Like it's not a hassle, but it's like an hour or two to like get to see, well, probably longer than that actually, because I have to take public transit because my license expired and I don't drive. But we're like kind of far from each other, so we can't see each other very often. But then my other one, like my actual like best friend that I've known since I was like, I don't know, I think she and I became friends when we met on the playground at school when we were like 5 or 6, and then we had school together for the first like classes together the first time when we were like 7 or 8, I think. And then I don't know, she's in fucking nursing school, so she's fucking busy as shit all the time between like she has like a part-time job at the hospital, and then also she has like her clinicals that she has to do all the time, and then she's got all of this other fucking schoolwork, and then there's me. My fucking college is a fucking joke, my degree is a fucking joke, and it's so fucking easy, and I barely have to do fucking anything at all, except when I do have to do stuff. I feel like everything that I do is like weighted very heavily, so I stress myself out with that, even though it's like my actual like fucking midterms and exams, and I get so fucking nervous for them every time, and I stress myself out. It's like I sit down and I'm done in 5 fucking minutes because they hand me a fucking sheet of paper that's like 20 fucking multiple choice questions for my exams and midterms. How do you fuck that up? It's like it'll be like this is not anything to do with my major. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to school for. But it would be like if somebody handed you a sheet of paper that was like multiple questions, and it would be like I'm trying to make this sound as ridiculous as possible to really hammer in how much of a fucking joke it is. Where it's like they would put like a picture of a circle. It would be a picture of a circle, and the question next to it would be like, what shape is this? And it's like A, puppy, B, $5, C, a circle, I think that's the shape I said, a circle, or D, none of the above. Like, that's what it fucking feels like. And I'm like, what are we doing? What, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's how it feels. Like, I literally, like, I stress myself out. I go into class, I'm like, my heart is racing, like, I'm freaked out every single time. And then I'm done in, like, I think the longest has been like 10 minutes, because like when I get like sometimes there'll be like some long answer questions, and it's like I don't know. But a lot of my actual like projects and like work and stuff are a bit more involved, so, and like again they're weighed like very high, so it's kind of like I can kind of understand why they would be like, we're gonna make the midterms and exams really easy because you have to do all of this other stupid like actual like long bullshit for your projects. Because it's like there has been stuff where it's like, you know, you have to do it over the span of like a couple months and like get all of this other stuff and do all of this other like research or whatever, or like, you know, like it's that, it kind of makes sense, but it's still like, it's a fucking exam. Like I thought this is supposed to be the hard, stressful shit. Like, why am I more stressed out about a fucking group project than I have been about like any of my exams over the last year? But whatever. I brought that up for a reason, and I don't really remember why we got talking about that. Oh yeah, let me look. I haven't actually, I've like looked at programs, but I haven't actually like looked at how much. Let's see, undergraduate cost of attendance. Voice calculator. Continue as guest. Gender identity. Where is woman? There it is. It's at the very bottom. Okay. My postal code. International students or student who require a visa to study in the US. This might actually be easier if I just moved to America, got like a green card. Maybe I'll see if like ROWA or like MIVI or like Zelly or something will go through getting like legally married. We can like do it really fast. I can get like legally married to one of them, and then we just like divorce. But then it's like, oh, but I have a green card now, so we don't do GPA. I don't know what my, oh, optional, okay. Optional. Parents are married. They're not gonna be asking me these questions when they know how fucking old I am. What is my intended, okay. I'm just looking. Where is the equivalent program of what I am doing? There are some crazy dance. Oh, I guess that makes sense actually. Dance. We have stuff like this too, where it's like there's I'm looking here. One is like Latino studies and like Jewish studies and like Italian studies and stuff. We have stuff like that in Canada, but I'm pretty sure it's just like French and then like indigenous. So I was like kind of shocked at first. I was like, that's really fucking random. But then I'm like, nah. I guess if you consider like, well, one, how much bigger America is and how much more diverse it is and stuff. And like, okay, that actually does make sense. I'm not really finding like an equivalent to what I am taking. Where I have gone up and down. I guess I could pick something that like would be kind of related. Oh, you guys too. Ojibwe language. I mean, I know that you guys obviously have indigenous people too, but I forget that there's like a lot of the same groups. Like not same groups, but like the same, what would be like I don't want to say like, I don't know if I want to say like tribes or like clans, because there's like a lot of Ojibwe up in Canada too. Okay, I'm gonna pick a random ass fucking major at this point. There's literally like not there's literally like not anything. Well, like the program I'm taking for some reason is not, there's not like an equivalent program at this fucking university. Sorry, you guys, literally, I know you guys don't care about this. It's just like I'm on my fucking meds, and now that I'm doing it, I'm like, I have to just... What is urban studies? Is that like related to like urban planning stuff, or is it like... I'm asking is like a genuine question. I'm serious. I really don't know what that means. Please tell me. Oh, okay. I see. Sorry. Why is it called? Okay. Cool. No, I was just, obviously, again, this isn't stuff that we have up in like, well, that's what I thought, like a geography kind of thing. Like I was, my brain was like urban planning. Okay, I see. Thank you. I was curious. Canada is very different. It's literally, I'm not even joking. It's like women's studies. Some will offer like French stuff and then indigenous stuff. That's like it. I'm sure there's probably some bigger universities that offer more of those, but special education. Wait, I'm just gonna click this one because I don't know. I think I would be good with special ed kids because I'm low-key a little special ed, and I feel like I have like other personal experience with like people that have been or are in my life where it's like I think I could. Student's first name? No. Where do I put in my birthday so they know I'm not like a 17-year-old? Okay, because they're like including like my parents. Students' total income, $0. They know me quite well already, actually. Tuition for a year at an American? Oh. $41,000? $41,512? US! That's not even Canadian! Hold on! That's not even counting. They're also including housing, books, transportation, and stuff. So I'm putting it in 61. Private or public school? I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean private or public school? I thought that was just for like high schools and elementary schools. Oh my god, how much is 41,000 US to Canadian? I don't even want to know, actually. Hold on. Or, okay, I'll round it up to 42. USD to Canadian. 60,000. Okay, what would be the difference if I went and I got my green card like right now? If I forced one of my friends to get legally married to me so we could divorce. Okay, green card. Okay, and I just go back and I press submit. It's still the same amount of money, even if I was... It would still it wouldn't even make a difference. It wouldn't make a fucking difference. It would not make a difference if I got married to one of my friends. If I got married to one of my friends, it would still be, I think it gave me like $100 less. Okay, if I was a citizen, let's see. But doesn't that take like a billion years? Don't you have to take, doesn't it take like, it's like a long ass process? This can't be right. It's still saying that I would be, maybe, okay, I'm just gonna put in a random address from like a random, let me get like a Walmart in California. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna end stream. Okay, let me put in this California zip code. State of residency. California. Definitely, I'm from California. Oh, housing on campus. Hold on. I included that last time. But then they also did the estimated housing thing as like a separate thing, so I don't know. Okay. If I was an American citizen, this has to be wrong because why is it still telling me that it would be 61,000 fucking dollars for everything included? Why is it still telling me it would be 41,000 fucking dollars? I think it's broke. I think it's broken. Out of state. Okay, out of state fees. They can't be making that much of it. Okay. If I did it in the same state, hold on. There's... Okay. And I'm not trying to, like, minimize, you know, what Americans go through. But when I see Americans complaining about, like, student loans and stuff... Hold on, I need to send a message real quick. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Finishing my yap real quick. Smiles. Go on without me for... I'm having a mental breakdown over American tuition costs. This is fucking crazy balls. Okay. Anyways, one thing very quick. This is just fucking ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Okay, I'm picking a random one in the same state. Zip code, okay. If I was... Okay. $18,000. Is that for the whole year? Like, is that just for 2 semesters? Or is that for, like, the whole... Is that for like the whole, like assuming that like if it was like a 4-year program, is that for all 4 years, or is this like 2 fucking semesters? Oh! Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry. Look, sometimes I thought, because I was just thinking like, you know, in my head is like a Canadian and what our tuition is, and like our government's also pretty like generous with giving grants and stuff, right? I was thinking in my head, I was like, well, how are Americans always complaining about their student loan debt being like fucking crippling? Like, I don't understand. Like, how are they always like, it can't be that bad, like, unless you were all going to fucking med school or something. $20,000 $20,000 for like a year of schooling, like at 2 semesters. I wish that my face was a bit more expressive, so you could like... Wait, what do you mean, God forbid you need healthcare? Do you guys not include like healthcare fees like in your tuition for like international students? Or even domestic students? Because like, obviously like I live in Canada and a lot of things are covered, but there's things that like aren't covered. So included in my tuition is some like basic healthcare for... This isn't a bit. Like in my... Okay, so obviously like we have like our universal healthcare stuff in Canada, but certain things like dental, you know, like eye care, like my glasses and stuff, certain medications are not covered under universal healthcare or our healthcare, unless you're like, I think it's like if you can be included on your parents' insurance until you're like 22 or something, and then I think when you are like 25, I think you have to have like, because then it's like until you're like 25, I think there's like some other healthcare thing that you can be on, and then when you're 25, you're not covered anymore for that stuff. So they give you the option. It's included in your tuition and you can opt out. So obviously like I opted out because I don't need it, but it's like you can, it's like you have to opt out. Like included in your tuition at any of the colleges I've been to is like healthcare. And I know obviously Americans don't have universal healthcare because you guys are fucking scared of that for some reason. But I get it. Different economies, like whatever. I understand. It is kind of frustrating when it's like, damn. Like the taxes that I have to pay on things, fucking crazy. But then I think, yeah, but if I like broke my leg right now, I could go to the doctor and be fine. You know what I mean? But like, so your schools don't have that like at all either? Like you don't get like any sort of like school insurance that you like pay into? Well, yeah, that's the only thing. Like if you go to the ER and it's not something serious, even if it's like still really fucking awful and painful, it's like there's not enough like staff and stuff or like resources for the amount of people that we I don't know. There's just whatever. It's like a whole other thing. So wow. Damn. No, you guys have it way worse than I thought. I'm sure there's like a lot of things that are really great, and I'm not trying to be like, damn, America fucking sucks. But this is like... Alright. I'm just depressed now. I was like... Damn. That is, wow. Well, I'm gonna start looking at Europe instead. I'm gonna start looking at, I haven't looked at Europe because I thought that was like way too far. I'm gonna start looking there instead. God damn. Maybe I'll just stay here forever too, to be honest. Maybe I just won't, because that's like, damn. Like, I have a lot of problems. Like, maybe I just need to move to like a different city or a different province or something, but wow, that's, damn. Well, anyways, I apologize. I have people waiting on me in a meeting. I told them I would be 2 seconds because I was having a fucking breakdown about this. I can't speak other languages than just English, actually. This is not the only language that I speak on a fluent level. But, yes. Yeah, damn. I have to go. Anyways, I have to go. Sorry, I didn't mean to end this on like a fucking weird-ass, like, doomer note. Like, Jesus Christ. But, oh, see, guys, I promise, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up, guys. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. Guys, please, stop. I'm wrapping up. I promise. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna just ignore everything that they said. I like I said, I do have to go. I'm sorry that I ended on such a fucking doomer-ass note. America is like, holy... Oh, you guys are group watching? So you saw me have a fucking mental breakdown over the fact that like a year's worth of tuition, even for like a regular-ass fucking American student, is like $20,000 for like a university, and you guys don't even get any healthcare included in that? Maybe Canada isn't that bad. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. Holy fuck, man. Damn.